What's up, everyone? My name is Joe Cox, and thank you for tuning in to Jersey Cox Photo. As always, we do have a new plan for the video. Second, this is an unscripted video. And third, this video will cover my own personal workflows, so there will be some things included, some things excluded. In case you missed the last video, you can find that on the screen now. But we were working in Adobe Lightroom, specifically the Develop module, and we covered that detail panel. Today's video is still working in the Develop module, but we are going to be looking at that lens corrections panel. So let's go ahead and dive on in. So first thing up top, you will notice we are currently in the Develop module. And if we go down and to the right, we get our lens corrections here. So we're going to drop that open. And first thing you will notice is up top, we either have this profile view or manual view. So I do want to make the quick note, and this is kind of a generalization. But if you are using a camera body or a camera lens that is, let's say 2017 or newer, let's say 2015 or newer, this probably isn't going to come up a lot for you. So the lens correction is specifically dealing with problems that arise from certain lenses. So for instance, old school lenses, you might kind of have that curving or that concaveness around the edges of your photos, or you might even have that vignetting, which is that kind of like darkish circle around the outside of your photos. So that is what this lens correction is going to look to fix, essentially. One other thing that you might notice, and especially with older cameras, I'll be honest, I don't have a good example to show you, but there's something called chromatic aberration or fringe, and that's basically when you get unwanted color outlines around different parts of your photo. And what's basically happening there is your camera didn't center all of the color points into the same point, so it's getting a little bit of mismatched colors around. But diving on in, so first thing we do have is remove chromatic aberration. There again, if we have any like weird kind of colors around, like let's say this leaf, that would be getting rid of it. Additionally, if we hit this enable profile corrections, depending on how new or old your camera is, this should all autofill for you. Because I'm using newer Nikon equipment and Adobe and Nikon haven't gotten together, I unfortunately don't have any profiles for my lenses that I currently use, all the ones back there. So I just don't have anything good to show you really in terms of examples. Quick interruption to the video. Did you know that I also make merch for this channel? So I've got you covered with hoodies so you can always be looking stylish, and other apparel as well. I've got you covered with coffee cups so you can always be sipping your favorite drink. I've even got you covered with the wall art, so your home can always be up to speed and comfortable as heck. But there's still so much more to be seen. So not only does your purchase go into supporting this channel and helping others become more educated on photography and videography, but a portion of those proceeds also get donated to the Simplify in America's Fund. So that way, not only are we out here supporting each other, but you and I are also out here supporting the men and women who've served in our armed forces. And that is pretty awesome. So don't forget to go check out that link in the description down below. Go check out the merch page and find something that you absolutely love. Otherwise, guys, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all the support and time you've given to this channel. I do appreciate you, but let's get back to your video now. But moving over to manual, this is where we do have a little bit more options. So up in distortion, that is there again, messing with the distortion of the photo. So how concave or convex the photo appears. So if we drag it left, you'll notice it's kind of bulging out. If we drag it right, it's bulging in. You'll notice also at 100, we added a lot of this white space, which looks horrible. If you hit this constrain crop, it will crop the photo so there is no more of that white space. But I'm going to hit Command Z to undo that. Defringe, there again, that is what I was talking about with like the random color outlines around certain elements in your photo. So there in this specific little slider window down here, you can either use the eyedropper and go in and sample directly, or you can mess with the manual sliders. So you have the purple or the green hue, and those are the two most typical types of defringe or fringe that appear on photos. And then lastly, you do also have this vignetting. So you can reduce, or actually that looks like it's adding vignetting to the left, or you can reduce it by going right. And let's go ahead and constrain crop so we can see a little bit better. But you will notice we are getting that kind of circle in the middle. And then the midpoint of our vignetting there again Do we want it almost touching the very center, or do we want it pretty expanded to just the edges? But that is going to cover today's video. Pretty simple stuff there. Again, lens corrections. I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's super useful unless you're using some older camera bodies and older lenses that it really needs. But I'll be honest, anything kind of 2015 or later it's holding it down pretty well, and camera manufacturers are pretty on top of it, to be honest. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe. I am coming out with a lot of new content, and I don't want you to miss any of it. But thank you. I will catch you next time.